Hey everyone! Today's video is a sketchbook tour featuring all the sketches I did during my trip to beautiful Adelaide, Australia. But before we dive into the pages, I want to show you the art tool I brought along. Since I'll be on the move a lot, I kept it super lightweight. So here's what I packed for the trip. One small sketchbook, a travel watercolor set, a water brush, and a fountain pen for inking. I'll be honest, not every page was done on location. About half was sketched while I was there, soaking in the sights. The rest, well, they came back to life back home, with a little help from photographs and memories. This one that I'm sketching right now, yeah, that's a sketch of a toilet. No joke, it was the front of a public toilet at a vineyard. But it had this rustic wooden door and beautiful bougainvillea growing all over it. I couldn't not draw it. For this trip, I used the Traveller's Company's notebook, passport size. It's small, lightweight, and fits perfectly in my handbag or even my pocket. Super handy for sketching while traveling. And for this insert, I went with an accordion faux watercolor paper. This thing is amazing. It unfolds into a long strip, perfect for creating panoramic sketches or just journaling your travel experiences. It's just the right balance of portability and creativity. A small, flexible setup for any trip. These are stamps I collected from bookstores that sells Traveller's Notebook. Alright, let's start with my first sketch for this trip. This was done at Samuel's Gorge during a wine tasting session. That's a view of the vineyard. And instead of just using the usual watercolor and ink, I also drew with wine on the bottom of my wine glass. Next up is the rustic toilet with bougainvillea at this very same vineyard. And next, we have the Barossa Wine and Cheese Trail. This was such a fun day. We had a cheese pack with 4 types of cheese and a map that guided us through 2 Barossa wineries. We paired cheese with wine at each stop and it was delicious. Here's the sketch I did at one of the wineries. A huge black puppy we befriended. He was so friendly and gentle-mannered and so huge that I just had to capture him in my sketchbook. We had a most charming stay during our trip. A beautiful brick house that instantly made us feel right at home. From the classic red tile roof to the cozy garden out front, everything about this place had a storybook feel. The next morning, we made our way to the bustling Adelaide Central Market. This place is an explosion of colors, smells, and energy. It was so vibrant, I had to capture a slice of the charm in my sketchbook too. As for these little sketches, they are my way of bottling up memories from the trip. One of my favorite stops was the strawberry farm where we got to pick and taste strawberries. We also spent some time at a few more wineries for more tasting, and also a trip to a fig farm. I had never picked fig before, and tasting them fresh from the tree was such a treat. This next drawing is one I did at home, and honestly, it took a bit of patience. Getting all the perspective lines right was a real challenge. It's the Mothlock Wing of the State Library of South Australia, known as one of the world's top 25 most beautiful library buildings. And once you see it, you'll know why. This place feels straight out of a Harry Potter film. The last stop on our trip was the Whispering Wall at Barossa Reservoir Reserve. Whisper a word at one end and it can be clearly heard over 100 meters away at the other end. No shouting, no speakers needed. This last sketch is of my dear friend who lives in Adelaide. He and his family showed us around, shared their favorite spots and made us feel right at home. They even hosted a barbecue dinner for us, a perfect end to our trip. And with that, this brings us to the end of the sketchbook tour. Let's take a look at how the sketches look like with the pages unfold. Also, I have got to say, the quality of this watercolor paper really impressed me. It's thick and handles paint well, and there's no bleeding through to the other side even with heavier washes. That made it easier to sketch on both sides without worrying about the pages warping or soaking through, as you can see from this painting of the strawberries. You can easily slip the insert out of the cover, or you can also add a few more inserts if more pages are required. So that's it for my Adelaide sketchbook tour. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more art and travel content, and till the next one, goodbye!